Welcome back, everyone. Long time no see. Hopefully I'm not muted. Good. So today we will be looking through the new content, which is not much, honestly, and then we'll continue the rest of the stream with some seed grinding. So for this campaign, hello, Jirong.
Yes.
Thank you for my daily reward. Oh yeah, we got some login bonuses. Ignore the daily login bonus. It seems we got a few lamp oils. We also have some open dungeons right now, both the Seed and Blossom dungeon. And what's it called? There's a new affiliation feature, which we can briefly look at right now. It's not fully rolled out yet, but we can at the very least examine the menu screen for it. So this affiliation screen, give it a second to load, shows all the listed guilds that are known anyways right now, which is the Summoners, and then these 3 OG guilds, the 3 Tree guilds, and some of the side guilds as well. Right now it doesn't really do anything per se, but it does give a nice description of what each guild's deal is about. Like, we learned it informally in the story, but it's good to know that they've really established that, you know, the Berserkers is supposedly the most powerful, even though they're full of weak units, and the Missionaries is the most populous, even though that's obviously the Berserkers, and the Tycoons has the most wealth, even though Anvari is from the Berserkers. So it's interesting how it turns out like that. But yeah, these icons are pretty fancy. I might use them one day for cataloging things for my own purposes later. And as for the other new features, there are 2 banners open right now. The banner Priestman Campaign 2023 banner 1 and 2. They're a bit random, honestly, in terms of what they have. I'm not going to be playing either because I have almost every unit in this one except for Ellie, who's permanent, and none of them are particularly good anyways. And for the first one's actually pretty good, but I would still not really pull for it just because I have most of the units on this banner, except for Sheena, who's one of the ones that aren't great. I would say the ones that are worth it, just based on their kits, are Shalotl, Aizen, and maybe Gyuma and Kijimuna. They're like pretty good, but you know, not in the current way we play things, which is just blowing everything up instantly. With that said, let us go ahead and begin the grind. So in this campaign, there is half stamina main quest right now, or quarter stamina main quest, which is not helpful because nothing got translated, as well as half stamina free quests. So no half stamina daily quests as of now. We'll just have to deal. So I hope the sound is okay. I think the sound bounce is fine. We will be going ahead and doing the Chapter 12 Blossom quest because, again, I don't have the Chapter 13 one unlocked because it's still not translated after all this time, which is funny, haha. I should probably inhibit that message. But yeah, we'll just be doing a column clearing setup with Bunyan, Jiraiya, and Akia, buffed by attack up from Arachne. And the primary resource we'll be grinding is not blossoms, but seeds. Alright, let's begin the grind. So, again, apologies for not posting anything for the high difficulty quests from Snowfight. It wasn't something that was motivating me at the time when the first one came out, and by the time the third one came out, it was almost too late, and it was still not enough interest inside me to make something big and grand for the 3 characters that were left over. I would like to try something different next time if I end up facing another challenge quest that I can't feel like making a team of. I did mention this in a community post, but I am interested in doing a random team as suggested by Milk. it might be interesting to see units I don't usually use. Besides that though, informally scheduled, nothing official set in stone yet, for the Sunday after the coming one, not the next Sunday, but the one after, I have something planned with not just Milk, but also potentially Harvey and Archie to do a new type of stream where we'll be making a tier list for AR art. So it's gonna be a bit different, something fun. I probably should have done something like that during the boring period of Snowfight, but you know, it was mostly just, despite me not making content during that period, it was me mostly just thinking about ideas I could potentially do for the future. And you know, I heard ideas from both Milk and Harvey. It was actually Harvey's idea for the tier list thing, and it was Milk's idea for the random tea thing. I like to shake up my format for my channel a bit more. I do think it's a bit gameplay focused, which, you know, I personally love, but it isn't necessarily something that everyone will fully understand, especially people who are coming in. So I like to engage in more casual Housamo content, and even just non-Housamo content as well. But I mentioned this a few times in other streams. I'm not one to pick up new games very often, so the opportunity is rather rare. I only did like 1 or 2 other times in this channel. There's like Housamo Files 2, and then there's also a bit of a campaign where you Wizard of Legend. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I did Portal 3 was Toto one time. I wonder how many of you actually do macros for this. Because, what's it called? I know a lot of people don't actually grind the quests like I do, but actually use macros. But I think that requires an emulator, and I don't fully trust the emulators like Nox and all that. Like it's linear data or something like that. This is a bit sus. So, if you're wondering about my voice right now, it's a bit hoarse. I did catch some sort of illness a couple of days ago, and I've been trying to suppress it with some cough medicine, but it's still there, unfortunately. It was at its worst a couple of days ago, but because of all the suppressants I was taking, maybe my recovery wasn't as speedy as it could have been. Yeah, I'm just kind of sucking on a cough lozenge right now. Oh, right. I should probably mention my target goals right now, but we'll look it over in a bit. Hey, Lazy Crow. You don't use macros for farming, but that's because I play on mobile. Yeah, same. See, the thing is, I'm the kind of person who would use it if I actually use emulators, but I don't because I'm a weenie like that. I'm not really trusting Nox or BlueStacks for all that. But, you know, power to those that do use, what's called macros, because stuff is kind of mind-numbing. Actually, I don't think macros will work for mine because it's not guaranteed. I feel like it's decent for maybe 4 out of 5 battles. It'll take 3 or 4 turns, and then every 5 battles, some weird shit happens where a bunch of essential procs fail, and it ends up taking like 10-11 turns. And then Sunday ends up weakness and dazzling, and it's a whole thing where it's annoying. It's such an annoying combination when you don't have Nomad for this. Oh yeah, my target's to be attack seeding right now. I've finished attack seeding quite a few units. My favorites are long done by now. Well, there's a few favorites that I haven't yet, but they're like not as essential to attack seed right now as people I'm more likely to use for grinding. So my targets, and specifically damage dealers, within the shot, snipe, and magic class. That is a potential column clears. I am looking to attack seed slash units after though, because they can make somewhat strong with their phase start effects. For some reason, bloating units aren't actually that strong though. Even though they have like the highest, the least worst penalty of 1 times multiplier for their weapon range, they tend to not have many buffs on themselves because, you know, I guess they're seen as more facilitative since they don't really attack that much. You wouldn't use macros because even if you could, that's because your Chapter 13 HPC team has an extra force to make X-Ment and deal 901k on a neutral hit. Oh yeah, I see. An extra flourish. So like something that... I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm guessing there's some variation in the moves you need to do with Christmas Benton. I'm surprised you are grinding HP seeds though. My personal recommendation is, grind HP and attack seeds or blossoms until you max the mob for both. And then just focus on attack seeds because you don't really need to HP boost anyone. And in fact, it's actually detrimental for certain units, such as Kengo or, more recently, Christmas Fushi. For Kengo, it's detrimental because he's meant to deplete his HP as fast as possible with his stacked Infinitude so that he can have a higher level of limit, or, higher damage output from limit. And for Fushi, kind of same deal, but also he has this HP conditional where he loses a bunch of HP when he moves, and if it's below 50% HP, which he actually subtracts so much that it usually ends up being like that, then he activates like limit and crit plus or some shit like that. But the issue is if you actually fully level seed him and HP blossom him, he ends up not being able to subtract enough HP, which is actually extremely dumb, I think. You have X-Ment and move on phase 2 to give her Rage Plus in the quest. Oh, I see. So you actually need her to miss for the Rage Plus. Well, maybe not miss. But no, yeah, she does need to miss. I think her miss is only on, like, she can't be attacking with magic. She has to actually miss to get her Rage Plus. Interesting. Yeah, mostly farming HP seeds, max seeds, restart treating. I see. It's an okay choice. The mentors are actually a decent choice too. HPC, just because mentor runs are a bit tricky with everyone being weak as fuck and not being able to board wipe everyone instantly. I actually do have all my mentors already fully HP blossomed, I think. Well, at least the ones I keep in front. I'm down to my last top lodging. But yeah, the rationale for attack seeding column clears is because for events, you don't know who exactly is going to be featured until it happens. So I'm just covering all my bases and making sure if someone is featured, or among them, whoever's column clear will have as much damage as possible to help me clear the quest. The drop quest, rather. Also, I'm kind of at the point where the only major attack seed targets are the ranged mentors and protagonists. Basically just farming for Chapter 13 mob units at this point. Yeah, I wish I could mob Chapter 13 sooner, because I feel like I've collected twice as much mobs for this one twice over. Like, it would be, if there was no cap, it would be at over 200 Sacred Artifact level by now. Maybe attack seeding Tez because he keeps showing up in event bonuses. That's actually a pretty good idea. His 3-star does deal decent damage, and if you have his 5-star, even better. But his 3-star is a pretty good comp gear just because he has a attack up and infernal attribute. See, I did not know that personally, but I think someone told me about using Tez instead for like maybe 2 new semesters ago. Something like that. Mostly I use Festival Tez, I was about to say Fashionista. Festival Tez because he can switch between Kool-Aid and Muslim League ARs as necessary. I keep on forgetting that he's also a calm clear. I mean, his base form is a calm clear, but the only reason I don't really think about his festival form is just because I don't have him. But supposedly he's a pretty popular choice for a calm clearing.
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。我大怪盗なり。楽しいな。
He's a nice weakness spreader for free extra damage. It's mostly just in his own column, isn't it? Well, I guess the most popular use case for Tez is actually to be a support column clear, so he ends up pairing up with someone else who also hits the column. And then he does like extra damage to 1 unit for whatever reason with this taunt. Now the weakness shape is flesh shape. Well, I remember that, but it's gonna be like just 1 extra unit he inflicts weakness, and then, well, I guess if he's in metal, 2 on left and right. Maybe it makes a difference, so I don't know. I don't use him. I'd probably criticize him harder, but Festival Tiscali Poco has been consistently used for comp clearing by a lot of people, I think, so I can't really argue with it at that point, just based on results. God, I hate phase 3. Oh my god. It's like he either fails bind on Krisnik and then he defend, which means Sandayu will survive no matter what, or he only inflicts bind on Sandayu, which means I don't know. It's like either Sandayu won't get binded and fucking Sandayu lives, or Sandayu avoids getting binded and then he just fucking shits on everyone next turn if he survives because of Krisnik not getting binded either. And also the mobs behind him surviving. Or Babe Boonie just fails Ardor and no one dies anyways, even if they're all binded. Not the best setup, but it's mostly reliable enough that I'm okay with dealing with it. I wish I had a more guaranteed setup, but unfortunately I wasn't able to pull for Christmas Nomad. Because of the Christmas Strong banner, which I didn't get. See, if this Akiha was actually fully level seated instead of just 80, that would have killed. And like, I don't understand why they randomly survive like this. It's like, I know that Akiha didn't get Ardor from Babe in this turn, but like, sometimes it doesn't even matter, and he kills him anyways, so I don't understand how, like, he ends up surviving half the time. Sorry, it's just petty when you play this same quest over and over again, you start picking out the nitty-gritty. So the idea is probably going to be one grind stream today, another tomorrow, and then another for next Friday and Saturday. Just to throw in some content for this yet again dead period. I mean, you know, honestly, it's gonna be more engaging for me personally than Snow Fight ever was. Snow Fight I was like done with, not even before I finished the shop, but just like the second day I got bored of the music and, you know, the kits. But at least in this one, you know, I'll actually have incentive to remember to log in multiple times a day, so that I can use my stamina, because I can just keep on using drinks for this quest. Akia deals extra damage to opponents with bind, and Krisnek has damage reduction from shot snipe. So that's probably why Krisnek lives when bind misses. Oh, does he actually have advantage against bind? That's something I completely forgot. Dang. Can't find the crab, so shark brave. Yo, welcome Zinu and welcome Mizavi. Yeah, Lazy Crow just opened my third eye by explaining to me that Akia actually has bind advantage, which I completely forgot about. And that explains all the inconsistency with the kills in Phase 1 as well as in Phase 3. Am I going somewhere? Maybe after I might do some curfews, but honestly, the main reason why I dressed up was because I want to look a bit fancy for streams. Honestly, that's that. I could look like trashier and lazier, but you know, for me, there's like some people, you know, they look pretty good, and then when they dress up and prepare, they look a lot better. But for me, it's like, if I'm not dressed up, I'm like way down here. But if I'm fully prepared, then I'm like pretty high up and look like a completely different person. At least that's my opinion. Maybe that's a bit self-disparaging. I know, if I didn't need coin, I wouldn't have farmed the last event so much. Coin for the last event? Oh, you grinded Snowflake? Jeez. No. Yeah, I don't like grinding for coin in events anymore. They're not really effective anyways. And always a suboptimal use of drinks compared to just waiting for a coin campaign or something like that. You're better off just using your free running stamina on this quest, honestly. The Seed or Blossom quest. Even if it's not half time. Don't use drinks though until it's half time. Still livid that I spent 500 stones to not get a Valentine 10 channel. The one unit that I wanted was that garbage banner. Oh man. If it makes you feel better, I spent like 5 tickets on that banner and I didn't get anyone. I know that probably doesn't make you feel better, but I wanted Giri Mikala. At least 3-star Giri Mikala. I didn't even get him. God damn it. Maybe I spent an entire multi, I can't remember, but you can review my past stream for it. But you know, Gary McCall's permanent, so I'm just gonna go out and redeem him during the anniversary if there's not anyone else I want to redeem. And you know, we don't increase the amount of seeds. What do you expect from 5 tickets? I expect getting every single unit on the banner. But I get nothing. I mean, come on. Don't I deserve a break? My life's been pretty rough lately. Christmas drawing amongst other things. It's kind of sad that what's called like team setup of calm clears. 2 of them are snipe units. Like non-of-shot units. I could be using Fushi right now, honestly. And I would have if, you know, what's called, I got him much earlier. But I already fully seated Dry anyways. And the fact that he has lower cost means I can fit BHS and Dry in the back now. So a bit more extra coin as reward. Shame about there not really having any better Nether or Infernal Calm here that I could use. That is to say, someone who can equip the Outlaws CG for AR. Got Valentine Jacob, and I'm impressed at how he might be the worst event 5-star since like Night Ghost Kazuka. I mean, Night Ghost Kazuka was pretty bad. Jacob's honestly, he's pretty dead on his own. He does have some utility if you decide to bring him with odds or something like that with the Guts Resistance AR, so that you can actually activate Guts everywhere. And you know, entire board-wide buff reversal isn't bad. It's decent. Probably more useful than what Night Ghost Kazuka has anyways. But yeah, neither are super amazing at least. I mean, I have Night Ghost Kazuka, so I know. It's just I've workshopped with them a bit for some memes, and they weren't feeling that interesting in the end. You tried them with Temporary Shiro, Summer Oz, and Fushi, and you could barely break 110k at a neutral hit of Valentine J. What's it called? Well, with Fushi, if you mean regular Fushi, then the concentration's gonna be redundant. I think Jacob already starts concentration, doesn't he? And Jamboree Shiro can bestow vigor and vigor and weakness, which is okay. Summer Oz can do ardor, I think, with weakness advantage, although the weakness is a bit redundant to Shiro, but whatever. Unsubstantial did 550k, and Shooting the Walk-On did just short of 1 million. Let's see. If you mean for board-wide, goddamn, they survived again. Why are you like this? Well, it might be good for defensive purposes too. Maybe Valentine Jacob will be more useful for survival quests or stuff like that. Because, I mean, buff reversal is a pretty decent damage buff when it's activated, but it's an even more impressive defense or, you know, damage mitigation buff where it's essentially a reverse crit, dividing damage by 4 times. For board-wide damage. Wow. He used Anshin's and Shalal for board-wide damage, that's funny. He's the guy you're supposed to pair up with board wipers, not the actual board wiper. I mean, he should be decent either way since he has weakness and crit himself, although it's activated on the proc. Six turns, amazing.
これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。
Alright, we're almost done with our minor drinks. And I'm almost done with our last puff off.
楽しいな。まだ楽しいな。楽しいな。向こうのビーチでは
出し抜くぜ。
そーら。カッカッカ。まだまだ楽しいな。
Ronson Shalotl is pretty good as a board breaker target for Summer Oz. Innate crit, evasion piercing, and he gives crit on move to Summer Oz, so Oz can do cleanup with this. That's funny. I mean, yeah, but it's like you're doing the... You're playing with Oz in the most backwards way possible. I mean, it works, but it's like... Normally you're supposed to boost someone else with... and then get them all range with Oz. And use Onsen Shalotl to, you know, buff a board wiper. But instead you're using Onsen Shalotl as a board wiper, and then amplifying Oz's damage. Or another board. It's kind of funny. It works though, so... Credit to you.
成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
No! It broke my play again button because it didn't give enough stamina. God damn it. I can't believe you do this to me. Hold on, what is our max stamina right now? That means we should use full drinks right now. I forgot to look at my drink total in the beginning. Yeah, it's fine. The first thing we did was actually select a drink. Rank 130 is going to be so long to reach. Well, it's a pretty important goal, I think. Right now, I can't really fit anyone, like replace one of these 4 stars with a 5 star. But I'd want to, since I can't really replace what's his face. Well, maybe, I don't know. Essentially, I'm thinking of replacing putting in Fushi Summer, but I can't without replacing Unvari. And there's not enough team cost until I reach rank 130, in which case it finally gives you 82 team cost. Right now, I think I'm at 79 team cost. By the time I reach rank 120, it should be around 80 team cost. Glad I can skip these banners at least. Got everyone that I care about on both banners, right? Yeah, same. I already got Aizen. I got Shalotl. Don't care about Chino. Honestly, I have like all the girls from all the featured units on the second banner except for Ellie, and Ellie's like whatever. And I already have Valentine Gimo. I do like Gimo as a character. He's pretty decent as a land substitute. Better synergy with Toji strategies as well. I think there's a few other units, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, there's Kijimi unit. That's probably the only unit that I wanted that I never got. But it's fine. I already did meet him on him once of him binding the entire board with a support Housamo, so that's as far as I need him.
通りだまだまだ通りだ
楽しいな楽しいな向こう
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ
ンまだ
そう
まだまだ
カッカッカ
通りだまだまだ
楽しいな
バンバ
出し抜くぜ
ンまだ
そらカッカッカ
まだまだ
カッカッカ
通りだまだまだ上げ
楽しいな楽しいな
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ
ンまだ
そら
まだまだ
まだまだやな
Ugh. God fucking damn it, Kruznik can stand to you.
楽しいな
通りだ
そ
The
う
thing is, even if I fully Skull Seed Babe Boonian, it's not gonna be guaranteed even then. So essentially this team will never be guaranteed, no matter what.
ような将来有望のカウボーイ手綱つけとかなきゃ大損だ
But yeah, with regards to saving, yeah, I'm gonna be saving a good amount too. Not that there's any login bonuses for this event, unfortunately.
楽しいな
Besides lamp oils. And I'm looking forward to a new semester.
楽しい
Not really
楽しいな
too keen on any of the units, honestly, based on who the likely candidates are. Astro looks pretty cool, I guess.
ま
But other than that, like, whatever. I'm mostly interested in kits. New semester generally shakes things up with the kits.
カッカッカ
Going year by year. Last year we had the 2 different banners that featured Takumikata, Perrin, Turing, and Ispril. It was the sign of things to come where there would be a lot more board wipers and calm clears, mainly calm clears especially,
出し抜くぜ
because we didn't really have any proper ones before. The best calm clears we had before that point was mostly magic damage dealers, which is a bit strange. But new semester signaled, Takumikata and Ispril. But then we also later in the year got Tadatomo, Square Grant, and
楽しいな楽しいな
the entire Babe Union. What's it?
出し抜くぜ
Akiba and Dragon's banner.
そら
And arguably maybe just next variant. There's a lot of legitimate commentators for once at that point. And board wipers came out too with Perrin, but then also fucking Summer Arms, the quintessential board wipe unit.
我大回答
It did have quite a few duds though. It does, I guess, a sign of some other facts here, like kind of the entire Teaching Night Festival banner.
楽しい楽しい
Now thanks to no fish.
楽しい
Oh no, I forgot to switch them. I was paying attention.
まだまだ
Oh, we're good, we're good.
ま
そら
Outside of the cooler sets, aka Kursha, there isn't really anyone that I'm excited for on the new semester. And the only other thing that I'm excited for right now is the Hakun Date quest.
楽しいな楽しい
I
な
don't actually read the date quest. Maybe I read leaked translated one, but they're not officially translated, so kind of a hassle to bother with it.
出し抜くぜ
I feel like maybe it was officially translated. I feel like I read an official translation at one point.
そら
Well, I'm not sure if that was the love quest or date quest, for instance. It's been a while. We haven't received any date quests in a while, so memory's fuzzy. But the year before, 2022, we got one of the best new semesters. Actually, I think it was the best new semester banner overall for the entire health of the game. It was the one with Yoritomo and Akiha and Tindalos.
まだまだやな
What's it called? Masanori. There's a lot of interesting units that had pretty good niches. Yoritomo was the sign of things to come, finally the end of the Lianin era with Lianin substitutes. And we just got generally more intricately designed kits after that point. And then the new semester before that was Lianin Kazuka banner, which set the tone for the year of just board wiping everything super easily without thinking. By the way, I don't remember this for no reason. I actually prepared like some sort of... I was reviewing the past new semesters some time ago for a discussion in the server. Before that, it was kind of not the best banner. It seemed okay at the time, but looking back, none of them really stuck around that well. It was the banner with the Varga and Corpicur and Tsukiyomi and a bunch of other units like that. It was not great. That's probably one of the worst, if not the worst, new semester banner. And then the one before that was one with Christine, and then the one before that was the one with Babylon. It gets really fuzzy back then, but essentially before that point, you just take care of this semester. My favorite unit from the last year's new semester was Yoshito. And while I like him, most use I can find for him is Christmas Virtual Free Synergy. He's definitely a unit. I think Yoshito... I mean, he's got a lot of independent utility, being able to switch different modes. I just think he's a bit too much mental effort to bother remembering how he works. Like, I remembered it, obviously, at one point of time, but now it's just like, it was so easy to stuff. The only thing I can remember now is he does different things if he moves. Like, if he moves, it's... maybe it's fine. Maybe that was just fine, actually. And it's like, if he doesn't move, then it's like long slash, break, or some shit like that. And if he misses, it's just freeze and 2 times 3 square. Yeah, I don't know, it's too much. Too much for a single unit. Like, unless you're playing with them every day just for, like, you know, meme clears, make it look like that. So, I don't know when you don't use them. This for freeze in combo, don't move break, move for vigor, it's pretty straightforward. I see. Oh, vigor, not bind, okay. My mistake. I got the other 2 right, so I'm good. Give me credit for remembering a unit I never even got or even used clone support. Oh, Skull Lock, not bind. Okay, my mistake. Well, I was close then by saying bind. I forgot the vigor support thing too, though. I think he also does protection on Jason too. He misses or something like that. Which is pretty good, just because he doesn't have to move to be a tank. That's pretty rare for a tank. Most tanks have to move to continue functioning as a tank. Then again, he has his stupid burn thing that makes him only function for the first 4 turns or some shit like that. Yeah, protection on miss, but not really current meta relevant. It would be pretty relevant for any tanking setup if it freaking didn't fail for like turns 4 onward or some shit like that. Because if you're tanking, you're most likely gonna be turtling, as in, tanking for several turns. And if you can only tank for the first few turns, it's not nearly as effective. It might be good to protect yourself from some turn 1 bullshit, but that's mostly a problem for the player side, not the enemy side.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そう
まだまだよーまだまだ
楽しいな。
Turn 6, I see.
そら。
Well, if you're looking for a long-term tank, which is generally what you want to tank for, Yoshito is probably not the way to go. If you're looking for something intermediate though, with both defense and damage, then despite Yoshito's propensity to stick with one mode, he'd be the way to go to actually have a balance of the two.
まだまだ
通りだまだまだ
楽しいな。
通りだバンバ
Oh no,
出し抜くぜ。
there was no charm.
ンまだ
Go fail.
そら。
Go fail. Thank you, good.
見たかような将来有望のカウボーイ手綱つけとかなきゃ大損だ
今年の夏も楽しいな。
通りだまだ通りだ
楽しいな。
Wait, give me a second. I just realized the music playlist song is not corresponding properly. There you go. I don't know why I was showing the wrong title the entire time.
向こうのビーチで
通りだ
That was bizarre.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
Yeah, Summer Tindalos is pretty busted for tanking. The only reason he's not relevant now is just because tanking in general isn't relevant. But if tanking was relevant, he'd be like hyper busted. Having protection and tenacity on move and like
まだまだ
function and on charge and what's it called buff reversal to the enemies on move. It's way too much. It's like a 2, 4, 8 times reduction multiplier at that point. Maybe up to 16 if you're including full level function, which you're probably not. And if you're approaching like a 10 times reduction multiplier, then say the enemy's doing like 3,000 to 6,000 damage per hit. That's being reduced to 300 to 600 damage, which is easily out-healable. So at that point, you'd be healing more than you're taking damage, which means you're essentially invulnerable.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
Okay, don't sleep on Tindalos, because they will come on day.
見たかような将来有望のカウボーイ手綱つけとかなきゃ大損だ行こうぜオーナー俺と
楽しいな。
通りだまだまだ通りだ
楽しいな。向こう
通りだバンバン
出し抜くぜ。
I gotta say, the luck from pulling this past year, ever since new semester, has not been amazing. I didn't get any of the 5 stars from last new semester. I think the only 5-star I got throughout the entire year ever since last new semester was Jormungandr, which is not great. He's okay, I guess. But yeah, no 5 stars from Creature Night Festival, none from Akiba and Dragons, none from Snow White. Not last year. At least I got Oz without trouble though.
まだまだ
But no Christmas trunk. Oh yeah, I guess I got fucking Fushi and stuff.
まだまだあげ
楽しいな
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
そらカッカッカ
ンどうでした世間の先行く私のモード。次の季節もそのまた次も荒くねちゃんがいただきね。もちろんあなたの移ろうさあ夏の最新もとりだ
楽しいな
とりだまだとりだ
楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビーチ
バンバ
As for the leftover blossoms I'll be getting,
ンまだ
I think I'm just gonna throw them on Shiva now. Yes, I'm a Shiva meta blossoming. I mean, he does enough damage for the Aoyama dungeon,
とりだ
but he kind of does slightly sub-lethal damage for some units in the Ikabuku dungeon. I think that's a bit annoying.
とりだバンバ
He might be able to get by if he's blossomed.
出し抜くぜ。
I don't know, I didn't do the math this time.
そら
まだ
カッカッカ
とりだまだまだあ
楽しいな楽しいな
げバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そらカッカッカ
やったぜ見たかいオーナー将来有望のカウボーイ手綱つけとかなきゃ大損だ
You got Perrin off banner. Samarakia, but like I have both Shivas. You have both Shivas. Christmas spirit of Fushi, Benton, Valentine Itzana, Jamboree Shiro, Summer Oz. So 12 tiers and one board wipe every fortune is not really anything to get excited about. Okay, it's not anything to get excited about if you have the setup, but if you don't have a setup, it's a very desirable thing.
向こうのビーチ
Damn, those are some good units you got.
出し抜く
So I
ぜ。
think one of my beard guys books, I'm gonna need replacement.
まだまだ
カッカッカ
とりだまだまだあげ
楽しいな
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そら
まだまだ
カッカッカ
とりだまだまだあげ
楽しいな楽しいな
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そら
So yeah, that black curtain behind me, that's actually a literal curtain just draped over my wardrobe. It has all my stuff on it.
やったぜ見たかいオーナー将来有望
My
のカウボーイ
clothes and the
手綱
cupboards
つけとかな
inside.
きゃ大損だ
You know, hair product, beer ties, mirrors, stuff like that.
さあ夏の最新
楽しいな
りだまだまだあげ
楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビ
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
I pulled Shiva on FKRA reprint when I was playing for Tan. I actually did get regular Shiva off banner too. I just kind of quietly accepted that I can turn my brain off 99% of the time in this game and not have to think about anything ever again. I mean, that's the goal with min-maxing in general, right?
ンまだまだあげ
It's kind of the ironic though. We aim for this so much and then it ends up it kind of saps all our fun away once we do reach that setup. Still, that's on LifeWonders, it's not on us. They need to up their game when it comes to challenge quests to compensate for it. Yo, President, welcome. We're just talking about our luck for pulls. Apparently Lazy Crow's luck for like pulls up has been so amazing that he's pretty much set for comp clearing and board wiping. Not so for me though. My luck for the past year has not been great. No new semester units I got last time. I only got Jormungandr and Fushi this entire year. Optimize the fun away. Yeah, that's how it feels. I mean, optimization is fun in terms of when you're first building the team. But, you know, once you have a team set up, for that quest, it's like, it was fun to reach up to that point. But then when every quest after also becomes instantly optimizable through the same setup, that's when it starts becoming fun. You know, make new quests that, you know, can't just be fucking Shiva'd. You need to get luckier for new semester or hope for no limit again. I don't know why Israel is limited, besides maybe it had to do with his presence in the dungeon and his temporary existence or some shit like that in that loop. I don't know. Have yet to read chapter 13, so you can only sort of make a wild guess based on the real dungeon. But, you know, unlike you, Lazy Crow, I'm still a ways off for making, what's called an every turn board wipe. It's, not gonna, you know, deal decent damage. I can do something with Oz, but I don't think it'll do enough damage. Once chapter 13 comes out, I'll have to see. Honestly, the thing that I'm most surprised about is that Anton Horkyu keeps showing up on my general use teams. Well, you'd be surprised at how useful magic damage dealing is. You can use him or Balor or Valentine Kango, and they both have a large mileage. And especially now with what's called Yoritomo, or Valentine Yoritomo. We should probably use the seeds soon. So maybe after this battle, or the one after. I'm gonna be using my seeds every hour, since I think that's roughly when it starts getting at full capacity. Normally I would just rely on the seed capacity warning, but I haven't been able to use boosts in a while, because all my units are leveled. So now I'm just getting the warning constantly going off just for the boosts I have. Fucking... How? This is so fucking stupid. Now he's dazzled, god damn it. God damn it, I hate Sandayu in this quest so much. Well, he's still returned this time. Yeah, we can do it more.
さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ
我大怪盗なり。
楽しいな。
おとりだ。おとりだ。
楽しいな。
おとりだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン。まだ。
そら。
おとりだ。まだまだ。
楽しいな。
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン。まだ。
そら。
まだまだ
まだまだ。
楽しいな。
おとりだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン。まだ。
そら。
まだまだ
まだまだやな。楽しいな。
おとりだ。
そら。
Okay, let's go ahead and use our seeds for the first batch. I'll be doing this for 3 hours total, so 3 batches of using seeds. 3 hours unless I start feeling like dying from my fucking cold. Let's see. Why is it sorted by this? It's probably preparing for the challenge quest. That never happened. How do I even want a taxi from this? Okay, I guess I'll do Gabriel. Fine, let's continue with Gabriel. I already started a quarter way with her. So then she starts with Berserk or some shit like that. Oh, okay, I thought my seat was full. No, it was just a stupid thing. Can I, like, hide the... No? You can't hide the boosts? Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Let's please select ATK Seeds. There you go. GC 200 right there. Yeah, she looks that shit. And we'll go ahead and dump these remaining blossoms on what's his face? Where's Shiva? Fine, where you at? Important to use the blossoms too, so that the capacity doesn't get full. Alright, let's resume.
楽しいな
Man, I forgot how good the Summer River Adventure music was. It's like really good battle music for this
楽
one.
しいな向こうた
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そらカッカッカ
まだまだ
楽しいなた
出し抜くぜ。
そら
まだ
カッカッカ
まだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そら
見たかような将来有望のカウボーイタグ名つけとかなきゃ大損だ
我大怪盗なり。
楽しいな
まだまだ
楽しいな向こうのビーチでは
出し抜くぜ。
そう
まだまだ
I think I opened your streams more this month than actually opening the game. Congrats, sir. Hey, Irby. Good to see you. Good to see you.
まだ
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you.
楽しいな
You know, the only thing you're missing is just login bonuses, but supposedly you're not interested in new semester anyways. I mean, you knew who the units were coming from new semester all this time, right? It's like they've been revealed for a while from chapter 13. Or was it chapter 14? Probably chapter 14, probably, yeah.
まだまだ
まだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
Well, you know, you ate pretty good last year and the year before then.
まだ
You had Jormungandr last year, and as well as Valor, and then the year before, I think you had an entire thing with Efkari then. I
世
forgot.
間の先行く私のもの
I know this past year
次の季
hasn't
節
been,
もそのまた次も
well, you know, these past few months haven't been great, but it's not like you've been starved for several years so far.
あなたの移ろうこ行こうぜオーナー俺と
楽しいな
まだ
楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビーチで
Just design-wise, I'm probably not going to be pulling for anyone in particular. Like, Castor looks decent.
まだまだ
So does Duscus and Ducius? I'm not sure if that's his name.
まだまだ
Oh, damn it.
楽しいな
And maybe Pazuzu. But only in like a mildly stimulating kind of way. Not really super into them.
カッカッカ
まだまだ
With that said,
楽しいな
hopefully, you know, it's been almost a year since Storm. Not quite yet.
そら
Didn't he also like Perrin or something? I feel like he said he liked someone from the new semester last year. It was probably Perrin, but I can't remember.
まだまだ
Not used to this long shout.
ま
Let's
だ
see.
まだ
楽しいな楽し
Well, you know, I probably have. If you ever saw the tier list I made of what's called people I like and all that, I think I had even less that I like than you did. So, you know, it's more of a drought for me than it is for you. And then again, maybe I can get by because I actually have a, you know, a moderate like for most units, whereas maybe you don't. You actually need to actually super like the care.
逃げて逃げまくるぜ。
Takimoto's art is hit and miss for me. I like Kindlos, but Anduskias is leaving me cold right now.
気持ちいいの。
Anduskias' 3-star art looks kind of derpy, like a...
ガチ儲けのチャンスだぞ。
How do I describe this? He looks like Down syndrome Amicus with his bulging eyes and thick lower jaw. But he looks a bit more normal in his 4-star art, or higher rarity art, which was shown in Twitter recently from the story in Snow Fight. Oh yeah, for me, the only one that I really wanted was, of course, Jurong, and I didn't even get him this past year. In terms of design, strictly speaking. Yeah, the rest was only like, I kind of moderately enjoyed them at best. And nothing super caught my eye. Oh, Jurong, how you evade me, son?
まだまだ。
まだまだあげ
楽しいな楽しいな
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そーら
どうでした？世間の先行く私のモード。次の季節もそのまた次も荒くねちゃんがいただきね。もちろんあなたのうつろ
今年の夏も楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビーチ
But yeah, we'll see if this new semester sets the tone for the coming year. Because it has pretty much done so for every previous year, at least for the past 4 or so years. Hopefully it's not just more board wipers and comp clears, but something beyond that. Something that really shakes it up. Maybe something that's more dependent on that relationship system or affiliation system that this came out. Yeah, we still have no details on that. They released a page for it as I showed earlier, but yeah, it doesn't do anything besides show you a bit of lore as of right now. You'd like a Mephistopheles variant, but after my cursed pulls with Valentine Tanatama, I'm leery of him showing up. Yeah, that's unfortunate you didn't get Valentine Tanatama. Sorry about that.
まだまだ
楽しいな
You said he spent 500 stones on him?
出し抜くぜ。
Actually, 500 stones on Valentine Tanatama, right? I think that's like just about as much as I spent for Jurong. And you didn't even get a 4-star? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Okay, now I feel you. Contextualizing like that?
楽しいな
Man. I mean, I forgot what Tole spent, but I'm pretty sure like 500 would be around the ballpark for what it is. Because I definitely did not save 1,000 cents for Jurong. But that's pretty cursed. Sorry, dear.
世間の先行く私のモード。次の季節もそのまた次も荒くねちゃん
Yeah, maybe they'll get a date banner or something like that.
もちろ
Be
ん
better rate up.
あなたの移ろう心も
But as of now, you probably need some space away from them to breathe.
夏の最新
楽しいな楽しいな向こう
出し抜くぜ。
そーら
まだまだ
楽しいな
You know, honestly speaking, whenever Christmas Jurong
出し抜
reprints,
くぜ。
I probably won't just dump my entire stone node that time.
そーら
It really sucks not having any stones left over, and it's just depressing if you go all in with the expectation that you'll get them eventually on your last pull. So I'll probably just ration it to maybe like 1 or 2 multis whenever he reprints.
まだまだ
楽しいな
All you got was Jacob and Chinya, and my opinion of Chinya is that 4-star Chinya does everything I want Chinya to do, but better because he's preservation as well. I don't think Triton actually has a damage amplification, does he? Chinya does the weaknessing. Yeah, for stars, I'm not a fan of almost every free design, so that's already 50% for the gas con. There's a lot more phrase in this Mr. Banner than usual. Yeah, I can see that. So for me, it's hard to continue to keep interest, especially when 50% left also has kids and girls.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだ。
楽しいな。
Honestly, generally speaking, there's usually a lot more humans than furries in the entirety of Housamo. It is strange in this new semester there's a lot more furries than there are humans, but you know, it's bound to happen at some point when every new semester before has had like primarily humans so far. I'm using Triton. I do not care about dealing damage. Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. If you do care about it, Shini might be a better option. Although, I always did think weakness spreading was a bit weird since you could just have a damage buff instead. Yo, oddly rival, hello. Probably should have needed that, sorry. Maybe I'm feeling a bit lightheaded from this whole thing. It sucks when you go all into a banner and you don't get a single banner yet. Not even the 3-star. Well, that sounds uncommon, but it does happen. I didn't go all in for Snowflake, but I did want Gear Mickle with Blade Dipple. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything. But you know, it's to be expected, I suppose. But one time that happened to me was when what's it called? It was the In with the Ogres banner. The very first time that reprinted, I like spent everything on like literally any of the units, whether it was Takamaru 3 or his 5 or Mototsumi or what's his face Oni Waka. I didn't even get 3-star Takamaru the entire time, so that's the pain I felt for that. Lesson learned, don't spend on small banners. Or at least don't spend everything on small banners. Last time that level of bad luck happened was Afkare, where a necklace and Bacchus dodged me the entire time. You mean 3-star? Yeah, that's pretty unlucky. I've been pretty lucky with getting the limited 3-stars at the very least. I don't need to hyper burn everything. It did take me quite a few pulls to get Afterschool though. I think I had that on short one time that I made. But yeah, for every single limited unit, I have at least one copy of them so far. Yeah, I know it's tough, Irby, when you don't have units of interest to you for an extended period of time, and also no challenging quests for an extended period of time, and no real reason to believe so otherwise, based on the pathway so far we've been tracing. So, you know, no one will blame me if you decide to take a break from Housamo or anything like that. It's a tough situation right now. I'm still holding out hope until new semester. Maybe there'll be some signs it'll hint towards for the rest of the year of how it will look like. And also I'm giving a chance on the affiliation thing, but I know those aren't really things that will tide you over by themselves, since the main reason why you play this game is the art and the gameplay. So just
楽しいな
maybe just
楽しいな
keep a loose grip and keep tabs on Housamo, but you know, it's understandable if you're not super into it right now.
た
It's like one of my favorite expressions that came from a random show I watched, Community.
まだ
Keep a
そ
loose grip.
うだ
作戦成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。我大怪盗なり。
ととりだ
楽しいな
とりだとりだまとりだとりだ
楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビ
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そら
とりだ
い
まだまだ
楽しいな
お
バンバン
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そら
まだまだ
とりだまだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
お
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン
そら
The last time I wasn't excited about a banner was Capricho Night Festival, and that was more because the Outlaws are just not good units.
止まらんぜ
Well,
さあ次は
I'm not sure what you mean by the Outlaws, but if you meant specifically in that banner they weren't that great, yeah. I mean, I did think Ali Singh was pretty neat with her focus on like specific type of healing and healing enhancement and buff reversal. Not buff reversal, healing reversal. Although in the end, Seymour did it better at a guaranteed rate. So it's right.
とりだ
So, you know, Ellie's got that whole
とりだ
what's
楽
called
しいな
possession thing and healing enhancement thing that's only unique to her. So I think she's still going to be relevant for tank setups. It's just
向こうの
tank
ビー
setups
チ
are
に
not
遊ぼう
relevant.
ぜ
As for Kriznik, Kriznik already needs an Evo. On release, he needed an Evo.
出し
I
抜
mean,
くぜ。
having to use that wasn't event quests.
そう
Oh, you mean like as the side feature units? If you have Tetsuoks in your set, actually Ibaraki would be good for grinding too. And by Tetsuoks, I mean Halloween Tetsuoks. So they have decent grind units.
まだ
But
ま
besides
だ
those two, everyone else is kind of...
楽しいな
Well, maybe Christmas Tetsuya would be good for grinding. I don't know. I think it's only like 7% crit on face start or some shit like that.
俺をトライ
I don't have him, so I wouldn't know.
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そら
まだまだ
とりだまだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
俺を
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
作戦成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
Long game music.
ああ今年の夏も
When will I start farming chapter 13? You know when. Jeez.
とりだまだ
Whenever it gets translated.
楽しい
And, you know, even then, it'll take a while for me to catch up. Because then I need to make the story quests and it'll be an entire thing. That usually takes a lot of energy for me and a lot of preparation. And I did a poll on it recently, and based on it, I think I might actually just go ahead and stream it this time, playing chapter 13, rather than preparing videos, because preparing videos takes a while and some issues with it. And it seems people don't really mind, or a lot more people than I expected don't really mind just watching a stream directly, or or don't have strong opinions about it. Some people did want to prefer a video, but not as much of a large proportion that I thought would matter for my end decision. And when I do grind chapter 13, I'll be grinding HP seeds and attack seeds. At least I'll be grinding HP seeds until I max them up, so you can look forward to my strategies for both. Unlike this one, the set of chapter 12 ones where you never actually saw me grind the chapter 12 HP seeds. They're kind of miserable, my team, for that. It's been a while since I used it, I don't even remember what it is anymore. Can't go in Housamo and regular Nomad and some shit like that. Valor maybe? Yeah. And even then it was only like 4 turns at best, not even 3 turns. Never 3 turns.
これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぞ。
My ears are tired from wearing headphones.
鳥だ。鳥だ。
楽しいな。向こうのビ。
鳥だ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
まだ。
そーら。
鳥だ。まだまだ。
楽しいな。
バンバン。
出し抜くぜ。
Unfortunately, I don't have Christmas Benton or Perrin or Jurong. So, chapter 13 grinding, I'm already aware that both of the quests are large maps. I won't be able to really clear it super decisively with those board wipers. Unless I use a support Chiba, which I'd rather not because I can't really equip a C booster. I might use Oz actually in the end. In which case, it might be a bit hard. I'm expecting it to be a decent amount harder, simply because there's just not going to be as much damage from, an Oz facilitated all-range board wipe versus native charged board wipe.
まだまだ
楽しいな。
鳥だ。
そーら。
将来有望のカウボーイ。手綱つけとかなきゃ大損だ。行こうぜオーナー。俺た
楽しいな。
鳥だ。鳥だ。
楽しいな。向こう。
鳥だ。バンバン。
出し抜くぜ。
まだ。
そう。
まだまだ。
鳥だ。まだまだ。
楽しいな。
バンバン。
出し抜くぜ。
まだま。
そうら。
まだまだ。
まだまだ上げ。
楽しいな。
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン。
そうら。
まだやな。
Fucking Krasnik and Sunday.
まだまだ。
I still don't have 3-star Sanity, by the way.
まだまだ。
But I have his 5-star for whatever reason. Very cool.
楽しいな。楽しい。そーら。
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。さあガチ儲けのチャンスだ。
楽しいな。楽しいな。楽しいな。向こうの
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そーら。
まだまだ
楽しいな。
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そーら。
まだまだ
まだまだ
楽しいな。楽しいな。
俺をトライ。出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そーら。
There's someone who tried Sacred Artifact level 1 Shiva strats. They don't work for Chapter 13 attack seed quests without vanilla Fushi. I don't have vanilla Fushi. Very cool. I imagine they don't work for a one-turn clear on HPC quests either. Yeah, I'm gonna need to workshop a lot. I don't have a lot of essentials when it comes to it. I believe Irby is able to do some sort of board wipe with a regular Fushi, just because he has such a high Sacred Artifact level and Shiva, rather. Sorry, did I say Fushi had high Sacred Artifact? I meant Shiva. He has a setup going that is kind of funny, supposedly. I'm very interested in seeing everyone's clears for it once I'm actually able to do the quest myself.
我大怪盗なり。
楽しいな。楽しいな。楽しいな。
It must be pretty jarring for those grinding alongside me to be seeing the Chapter 12 quest while they do the Chapter 13 one.
まだ
そーら。
I've been hearing different reports of if the Chapter 13 quest gives the same amount versus a larger amount, but I guess I'll just have to see in the end.
まだまだ
But, you know, I'm with you guys in spirit in terms of the grind mindset.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そーら。
まだまだ
まだまだ
楽しいな。
出し抜くぜ。
そーら。
やるやないか。
楽しいな。楽しい。そーら。
高いような将来有望のカウボーイ。手綱つけなかなきゃ大損だ。
Yeah, I'd still be farming the Chapter 12 quest for attack seeds if I didn't pull the Arsalan of Varga AR. Chapter 13 quest gives more money, and while I don't know if they give seeds at better rates, feels like it. I see.
楽しいな。
I actually do have that AR, but I'm not going to be using it either way, simply because it means a loss of some kind of resource whenever I do Chapter 13.
抜くぜ。
そーら。
まだまだ
楽しいな。
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そらカッカッカ
ま
カッカッカ
おとりだ。まだまだあげ
楽しいな楽しいな
おとりだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
まだまだ
まだまだやな楽しいな楽しいそら
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。
今年の夏も
おと
楽しいな
おとりだ。まだおとりだ。
楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビ
おとりだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン
そらカッカッカ
おとりだ。まだまだあげ
楽しいな
俺
おとバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
Trying to find a defense penetration less Chapter 13 clear was incredible though. I think I had settled on an unreliable Christmas Spectre and Fushi pairing with Hote, and support Valentine Baller to deal with the boss. Oh, a mixture. Interesting. Yeah, I was considering doing a mixture strategy too. Yeah, based on just speculation of what it's like. Someone to board wipe and someone to deal extra damage to the boss.
おとりだ。バンバ
The question will be about positioning though, if it'll be possible to do it.
ンまだ
Get everyone in place by whatever the last phase is. Or, you know, whichever phase bosses start showing up in.
高いような将来有望のカウボーイ。手綱つけとかなきゃ大損だ。行こうぜオーナー。俺ととりだ。
楽しいな
とりだ。とりだ。とりだ。
楽しいな向こう
とりだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン
そらカッカッカ
おとりだ。まだまだ
楽しいな
おとりだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
そら
まだまだ
まだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
バンバン
Chris Pentan was there to clear out the first two phases, and Valentine Valor was there to kill the boss with 3 defense buffs with his charge. Too bad AR bloat made the team suboptimal. Ugh. I mean, if I wasn't restricting it by ARs, I probably would have just bring Summer Shiva with Shalotl, my own Shalotl, and that probably would have been sufficient. I mean, I'm just hazarding this. But if we're going by, you know, not what's it called? If we're going by using only AR boosters, then we might have a problem there.
逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
I did mention this to some friends before. I do think it's about time they start thinking about doubling the capacity for equipable ARs. Right now, gacha ARs, aka the ARs you spend stones are essentially gonna be always suboptimal. Outside of events. Simply because to equip them now means to be missing out on an actual booster AR for whether it's coin or seed or rank EXP. And that just incentivizes me, as a min-max player, to pull for the AR gacha. Like, they obviously want to keep spending on it, and I was one of the main proponents about it when the ARs first came out. And it was good back then, when, ideas of min-maxing were different back then. There wasn't really anything grinded, but more so min-maxing for high difficulty plus and all that. But now that grinding resources is a thing, and that we have so many boosters for it, they really need to increase the capacity for AR equipables for that. We needed Kool-Aid and Wise Men to get clear, because Christmas Lantern couldn't kill an enemy within Fushi's safe range. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, Christmas Menten's order isn't guaranteed, so Kool-Aid would be necessary in order to actually, ensure that she gets ordered for herself. Presuming she's seated. Yeah, I don't like the AR gachas. The number of times I've had sub 200% event bonus solely because of bad AR luck is more than I'd like. It's good when they feature every AR because then they'll just have an insanely high bonus. But for the ones where they only feature the new ARs, they're a bit annoying. And I still pull them just because it's, I'm not going to be spending these AR tickets on anything else anyways. But they definitely need like more incentive for them. You just step on toes of what is optimal right now, and it always feels weird to pull another result. When you could just be saving your stones for transients that would actually help with grinding. Definitely evasion. I don't even remember base Kruznik having that ability to bestow protection to the unit behind him whenever he gets hit. But he doesn't have that, right? His base cut. That's not fair. Maybe it's just 4-star Kruznik. I don't really use 4-star Kruznik, I only use 3-star. Still, I feel like I would have remembered that if he did that. It's probably not the best idea to put that all over my hand. Dix, that is. Yeah, he doesn't normally have that protection effect. Very cool. He just gets that power when he's near his boyfriend's Sundew. I mean, honestly, I ship them. They're one of the better couples on Postma. Very cute dynamic they have from Chapter 12. And then they had an entire event together because of that.
カッカッカ楽しいなへへ楽しいそら
どうでした？世間の先行く私のモード。次の季節もそのまた次も荒くねちゃんがいただきね。もちろんあなたの移ろう心も。
今年の夏も楽しいなへへ
とりだまだとりだ
楽しいなへへ向こうのビーチ
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そらカッカッカ
とりだまだまだ
楽しいなへへ
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そらカッカッカ
まだまだ
カッカッカ
まだまだ
楽しいなへへ
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ？さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぞ。
楽しいなへへ
まだ
楽しいなへ向こうのビーチで遊ぼう
とりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そらカッカッカ
とりだまだまだ
楽しいな
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
Alright, this message might be coming a bit late, but make sure you're saving your rainbow fragments, whatever they're called. Rainbow stones?
楽しいな
Rainbow shards? Something like that. Transient shards? By the end of this month, or rather at the start of the new month, most likely there's going to be yet another new booster AR, as there is every 3 months. So last time we got the token booster summoners one, which was pretty nice for the mid effect. And you know, this come next week, we should be getting yet another booster. I don't know what type yet, but it might be coinciding with the feature of the affiliation thing in some way. I do believe they released some new affiliation tags for what's called the virtual influence, aka Puzzle Dreamers, aka the Ben 10 band with Tifon from the Golden Treasure Ship event, as well as the Hakenchi, aka the 8 Dog Warriors, and lastly, what's it called? The Shinjuku Academy Mountaineering Club.
楽しいなへへ向こうのビーチで
So it might be an AR that can actually be put on them. Who knows? We'll see.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そら
I do hope it's another seed booster of some kind. If not that, then I don't know, maybe another EXP booster that, you know, someone other than Triton can equip. Some other mentor, that is.
まだまだ
楽しいな
出し抜くぜ。
まだま
そら
まだまだ
カッカッカ
おとりだまだまだあげ
楽しいな楽しいな
おとバンバン
出し抜くぜ。
そーらカッカッカ
どうでした？世間の先行く私のモード。次の季節もそのまた次も荒くねちゃんがいただきね。もちろん
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぞ。
おと
楽しいな
おとりだまだおとり
楽しいな向こうのビーチで
だおとりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そーらカッカッカ
おとりだまだまだあげ
楽しいな
おとりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そーら
まだまだ
カッカッカ
まだまだあげ
楽しいな楽しいな
おとりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そーら
どうでした？世間の先行く私のモード。次の季節もそのまた次も荒くねちゃんがいただきね。もちろんあなたの移ろう心も
今年の夏も楽しいな
おとりだまだおとりだ
楽しいな向こうのビーチ
おとりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そーらカッカッカ
おとりだまだまだあげ
楽しいな
おとバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そーらカッカッカカッカ
まだまだ
おとりだまだまだあげ
楽しいな
おとりだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そーら
まだまだ
まだまだやな楽しいな
おとりだ
そーら
どうでした？世間の先行く私のモード。次
Pretty
の
lucky
季節
with
も
seeds.
そのまた次も荒くねちゃんがいただきね。もちろんあなたの
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだ。
おと
楽しいな
おとりだ
Is COVID still a thing?
まだおとり
I'm not sure if what I caught is COVID again, or if it's just a regular cold.
向こうのビーチで遊ぼう
I
ぜ
mean,
だおとりだ
strange either way since I did take my flu shot as well as
出し抜くぜ。
had 3 COVID shots and already caught COVID before. So, yeah, I have no idea what the illness is right now. I think someone else in the server, yeah, it was Harvey, I think, also caught something. It might be the season, flu season. COVID is still a
ま
thing,
だまだ
楽しいな
but no one used spooky variant or anything, right? Everyone's still resistant. Yes, COVID is still a thing, we just stopped talking about it. Just like Russia and Ukraine.
そーら
What's the next global catastrophe on our plate? The new buzzword right now is ChatGPT. Have you guys been using that? It's a pretty nifty tool.
楽しいな
I've been using it lately to, well, for one, it's just a fun tool to use to ask some silly questions, and sometimes for scientific things it gets things pretty accurate, but for more niche things and for retelling stories it tends to hallucinate answers, aka present wrong answers confidently, based on things that sound plausible, but
向こう楽
if
しい
you look carefully, it's
そ
not
れ
sensical. But lately I've been using it, so let's say what anti-masker says. I see.
次の季節もそのまた次も
Um,
荒くねちゃんがいただき
anti-masking even still a thing anymore?
も
Like, I used to be pro
あなたの
masker.
移ろう心
Now it's just like I don't wear a mask when I go out because it's like I already got my shots and I already caught it, and it's like I don't know if I want bothering at that point anymore.
さあ夏の最新も
楽しいな
Well, in very least, it's not like lethal COVID, but
ま
I don't know if her protection is fully set up yet or not.
楽しいな
It's been quite a while
向
though,
こうの
so
ビーチで遊ぼう
or like if you still haven't had your shot, maybe it's on you at that point.
出し抜くぜ
まだ
それ
Well, I don't know. I guess some people can't take the shot for various reasons, supposedly. Still, I feel like I don't know. Would I be able to still catch it? Maybe.
まだ
楽しいな
It's confusing though. I don't know its life cycle anymore. It used to be like an all-year thing, but is it just gonna be seasonal now? I don't know. But yeah, going back to ChatGPT, I've been using it a lot lately to actually write some cover letter bases. So it's been speeding up my job application process. It's been quite helpful in that way. I still wear a mask. I upgraded to a P100 filtration mask last year, but I'm the only one here who does, I see. I guess it depends on your location too, in terms of
出し抜くぜ
how quickly the vaccine was distributed in your area in the first place. Yeah, I don't know. Even one of my best friends, who is in medicine, like when I go with him on bus, he doesn't even wear a mask anymore, and he was like a lot more pro-mask than even I was at the time. But it's been like over a year now. Weird to wear it.
笑いが止まらんぜ
Granted, he probably still wears it in the lab he works in, but yeah, I don't know. You can still get COVID, it's just not COVID-19, since the COVID has mutations consistently. I see, so it is COVID-20. The last variant I heard about was Omicron, and then that was it.
まだまだあげち
楽しいな
I don't like ChatGPT when people use it as an answer generator, and the dumbest people are using it as an evidence that AI is inherently hostile.
ま
I did hear some news about the implementation of ChatGPT in Bing. Actually did produce strange answers and actually refused to answer some people, or was answering sarcastically. I don't know how to coerce them to do that. That's interesting though.
俺を
I don't know if dumb people would be able to produce an answer that would make the AI appear hostile though.
それカッカッカ
Right now it seems the
まだまだ
ChatGPT is primarily poised to provide answers by scraping information on a subject. But the thing is, it doesn't really seem to have a point where it can say, I don't know, based on the sources it looked up. Maybe if the sources themselves say it's still unknown, they'll report it back, but if it's not explicitly said in its own data set, then ChatGPT will just go wild and try to invent some answer up based on what is already there. And that's where it's problematic, I guess. It doesn't know when it is appropriate to look at the sources and say, I can't find it, it's unknown, or something like that. That's what I can hazard to understand anyways. No, ChatGPT is taking info from the internet and therefore a shithead like the rest of us.
大怪盗なり
That's the implementation of Bing, I believe. like, it's not the entire internet that the original ChatGPT was taking from it, but it was some subset of it. I'm not sure how it's integrating all information now, but yeah, every single time there has been some sort of AI or some sort of integrated, what's it called, answers black box system that takes information from the internet, it always ends up being, you know, implicitly racist or sexist or something like that, such as was the image generation thing of when you ask them to make a nurse versus a doctor. It's usually like a female for a nurse and a male for a doctor. And you know, it's not even a racist thing from ChatGPT, it's just reflecting the internet's racism and therefore our own. For hostile answer, it's more like people are asking ChatGPT to conceive scenarios where ChatGPT is evil, and those you can see go, CIA asked ChatGPT evil, and it was. That's... Okay, well, that's not being a dumbass, that's just being an asshole. Like, to specifically, you know, contrive and coax out that answer specifically in a theoretical scenario that ChatGPT understands to be hypothetical and which it was hostile, and then take it out of context and say it's hostile. That's not being a dumbass. That's, well, I mean, dumbassery might be a part of it, but the main thing is it's just being a fucking asshole who, you know, doesn't care to see the truth, instead wants to push an agenda out based on their pre-set beliefs. As for the answer generator thing, bad actors use ChatGPT to work backwards to find justification for bad pseudoscience. Let me wrap my mind around that. Bad actors use ChatGPT to work backwards to find bad pseudoscience. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's roughly what I said. But yeah, bad actors doesn't necessarily entail dumbasses, although, you know, it might actually, there's some element in that in there for sure. They might just be using it to be shitheads. Oh yeah, no, I personally found it useful already for resume and cover letter generation quickly. Before, it took me so long and so much investment and like pouring over every detail and all that, which, you know, I still do for the most, but now it's like I don't have to worry about the structure or sounding erudite and grammatically correct enough, and you know, worrying about the flow and all that. All that is taken care of by ChatGPT, and anything inaccurate I can simply just replace with the accurate information regarding my own credentials. So, honestly, say your complaints about it or not, but cover letters are fucking stupid, and it's damn ridiculous we have to prepare them in the first place. So I'm using ChatGPT, and I'm not feeling guilty about it. Yeah, for form generation, I have no problem with ChatGPT. Yeah, it's definitely excellent, so that I sound like what ChatGPT conceives to be proper English in a well-spoken manner. That is to say, white English. Like, it's actually just straight up white English. But whatever. That's what people want. In a professional setting.
さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ?
But unfortunately, if you ask it anything about your favorite IP, video game, anime, story, show, it's gonna get a lot of details wrong. And the trend I can see from it is it just doesn't know how to do really strictly adhere to sequential information. It seems ChatGPT is better able to present individual facts in not in a particular order, but it doesn't really sense the importance of, you know, maintaining the causality implied by a string of events, and instead might try to give a general picture for something that would only be true in sequence, such as, you know, the events that unfold in a story or a video game. Oh yeah, glad all of you have been using it so far. It's like definitely. I don't even want to see the feature anymore. It feels like more like a very new present because it's been so rapidly adopted that it's already in my everyday life usage. Then again, I start talking about cover letters and resumes and all that.
死ぬくぜ
ま、
そら
But it's good timing for me.
まだまだやなカッカッカ楽しいな
Oh crap. We're already at 105. I should start using the seeds. Got so engrossed with ChatGPT talk.
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。
Alright, who's getting seated next? No! God damn it. One hour of grinding roughly gets you 10 Luster Blossoms. Can you fucking believe some people grinded for blossoms from this quest? Some people are ridiculous. This was like before blossom boosters too. Jeez. Anyway, yeah, let's hide these trust units for now. It's still ridiculous people are grinding blossoms now, in my opinion. As long as a promise of a larger blossom quest comes out eventually. Which is why, that's why I'm prioritizing Seed right now in these blossom quests. The only real problem I have with AI is when people use AI generated art to specifically give the finger to the artists. It's a tricky situation when we're talking about that subject of the data sets that AI art generation makes, and whether it's from their permission or not. It's me. I ground blossoms here until I got Summer Shiba. I got like so many points on my Ben 10 from this. Jesus Christ, you need to calm down. A better quest will come out just like I did for Chapters 13, and a better quest will come out with greater blossoms and with more blossom boosters. Jeez, y'all need to hold your horses. But yeah, as for AI art generation, it's both good and bad for artists. But some artists have embraced it in terms of trying to use it to quickly sketch things out and adding detail after. And I don't want to fucking do Yasuhiro, fuck that. I was only started him in first place because of Snow Fight. Sorry, I got distracted. Let me pick a unit first before I continue this topic. I guess I should do Tadatomo, since he has like rage or some shit like that on appearance. He does, right? I forgot. It's like Berserk. Yeah, it's Berserk. 80%. Oof. But yeah, AI artists, or rather artists, obviously to some tier feel threatened. Especially now, apparently AI has improved rapidly enough within the past couple of weeks or past month that the infamous finger problem that it had has been resolved now. So now it's properly rendering, at least through Microsoft's OpenAI version of it, the proper amount of fingers. And it looks like hyper-realistic too. I wouldn't even call it hyper-realistic, I'd call it photorealistic at that point. But yeah, with that said, I don't know. To my understanding, a lot of these AI art generators have like a lot of safer work filters and all that you know, sucks, honestly. But at the same time, I guess that will keep on letting not safe for artists thrive. Like, obviously people are gonna want to use it for porn. Why are you gonna censor it? What's the problem? Let people use it for porn. People want to use it, like, have their wildest dreams come true, you know? Especially furries, since shit doesn't actually exist in real life. You gotta be like that. Well, that's a win for furry commissioners, in very least.
まだまだ
まだまだ上げ
楽しいな楽しいな
バンバ
出し抜くぜ
ン
そーらカッカッカ
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。
今年の夏も楽しいな
まだ
楽しいな向こうのビーチ
バンバ
出し抜くぜ
ン
そーらカッカッカ
まだまだ
楽しいな
バンバ
出し抜くぜ
ンまだ
そーらカッカッカ
まだまだ
まだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
バンバ
出し抜くぜ
そーらカッカッカ
どうでした世間の先行く私のモード
Fuck
次
this.
の季節もそのまた次も荒倉ちゃんがいただきねもちろんあなたの移ろう心も
I know I shouldn't care since it's like a great average, but you know,
楽しいな
it still sucks to see.
まだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビーチで
バンバ
出し抜くぜ
そーらカッカッカ
Man, the Christmas music from the past two Christmas events was so good.
楽しいな
出し抜くぜ。
そーら
まだまだ。
おとりだ。まだまだあげ。
楽しいな楽しいな
おとりだ。
出し抜くぜ。
まだ。
そーら
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次は
Didn't like the actual farm music on Christmas Showdown, but this and Omerta are great, yeah. Let's see. How did the farm music sound? Okay, I remember that
まだ。
it was saxophone on one of them. The other one was probably piano or something like that. I thought they both sounded good, honestly, but I like this one slightly more.
おりだ。
出し抜くぜ。
まだ。
まだまだ。
Yeah, the Omerta as well as the very somber shop music from Gangstar. I don't know, the past Christmas events were total successes that completely renewed the look of Christmas in my eyes since, you know, before then Christmas wasn't super amazing. The Christmas event before Showdown was Sunshine, the featured likes of Christmas Dead, Christmas Yasuyori, and Christmas Shoji and Christmas Seas. Oh, and it had like, what was the music even? It was like fucking, it
まだまだあげ。
楽しいな
was like some cowboy music or something like that.
おとりだ。
It's terrible. And the theme was so lazy too. Summer and Christmas.
ま。
Housamo was like the only good instrument. It sounded like surf rock, but I wouldn't call it surf rock. It's more closer to something else.
逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
There's a specific term for it, but it's slipping my mind right now.
行こうぜオーナー。俺とおとりだ。
楽しいな
おとりだ。おとりだ。
That entire event was
おとりだ。
楽しいな
really a new low for Christmas, and Christmas was already pretty low by then. The year before then, it was only slightly better with Mystic Christmas, but even then it was just, what was the units in that? It was like,
死ぬくぜ。
Igear was the only decent one, and there was Takamaru, which ain't Takamaru, and Christmas Tetsuya, which no one ever uses anymore, something about 70% crit on really from base start, and Tomte, I guess, which was only good in his event.
楽しいな
Maybe one other unit that I can't remember, but
出し抜くぜ。
it was something good. I don't love Christmas banners because outside of Christmas event, I've got more off banner 5 stars than on banners, regardless of stone usage. Okay, so it's not really the Christmas events per se, as it is your personal experience with being unlucky with them. Yeah. I'm not a super lucky when it comes to most events, but Christmas, let me see. Did I get any Christmas variants besides Fushi? Before then, I didn't get Benton, I didn't get Nomad. I did get Yasuyori or Dead, but then again, I think I might have almost entirely skipped that event. I didn't get Igear. I got Takamaru from the grab bag. That's so stupid. I didn't pull out in that either. And before then, what was even before then? Was it in the fucking new hero? Oh, Christmas Ryoto was good, but not on release anyways.
楽しいな
まだおとりだ。
楽しいな楽しいな 向こうのビーチで
Mr. Cat. Oh, Christmas Sea Tree. That's who I was forgetting. It's kind of funny how infrequently he reprints Christmas Sea Tree. Like when I've had a couple reprints and that's it. But yeah, it's just I keep on forgetting he exists because there's like barely any usage of him. Spreads about sun moves or some shit like that. Which now you can do with Tita just
楽し
existing.
いな
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そらカッカッカ
まだまだ
We used C3 for what Sea Challenge on Christmas Showdown's level 80 kind of quest.
ま
Did
だ
you?
まだあげ
楽しいな
Interesting.
楽しいな
He would be a good choice, yeah. The Wood Challenge was pretty hard for that, if I remember correctly.
ま
Because there's just really not too many wood units you can use that are super strong, at least back then.
楽しいな向こう
通りだ
そら
Because, you know, that quest was pretty challenging, honestly. Weird HP ranges of Ben 10 and the binding of the police and all that. Hermes' shenanigans denying your heal.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぞ
通りだ
楽しいな
通りだまだまだ通りだ
楽しいな楽しいな向こうの
通りだバンバン
出し抜くぜ。
He used Summer Shenong and Timijin with his skill evolutions for the other characters in that quest. Okay, that's pretty clever. Timijin with his crit plus on 100 CP or something like that. That would work well with Shenong for sure to board wipe. Although, you know, I'm not sure if that'd be enough to overcome Ben 10's damage mitigation. No, it might be since, you know, he was able to overcome fucking the damage mitigation and the level 70 Snowflake quest. If you ever saw Milk's Clear, that is, or rather Harpies. Because he has just advantages up against every single poison independently, and
まだま
it's like a 2 times multiplier, and he can inflict 5 different poisons at the same time on charge. It would have been a good idea. Shame Temujin died in phase 1. Okay. In theory, it would have been good.
楽しい
In theory.
な楽しいな
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そら
作戦成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へっへ。我大怪盗なり。
通りだ
楽しいな
通りだまだまだ通りだ
楽しいな向こうのビ
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
まだまだ
カッカッカ
通りだまだまだ
楽しいな
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そらカッカッ
まだまだ
通りだまだまだ
楽しいな楽しいな
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
作戦成功。これからも
Really?
逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてるのが 俺には気持ちいいのさ。
God, finally, my cat jumped off my lap. She's been there for the past hour. How cozy. Yeah, my friend has a cat. I come by his place sometimes.
楽しいな
I'm just hopped in a conversation and everyone becomes silent as we just stare at it for a good 5 minutes or
楽
so.
しいな
It's pretty
向
chill.
こうのビーチで
Not all cats are chill though. Some of them are pretty
死
aggressive.
ぬくぜ。
Apparently there's like a cat missing in their neighborhood. It's a mate. So not their cat, but one of the neighbors. Hope they find it. The cat just loves laying on my lap and passing out if I sit down at all. Solution. Cut off your legs so you never sit again. Or just stand for the rest of your life. Either way.
死ぬくぜ。
The cat must trust you a lot. It's very cute. I like to think of myself as a dog person, but cats are much lower maintenance than dogs, and I'd probably
楽しいな
be a bit neglectful with my dogs since I'm lazy cat doesn't really want to take them out for walks. That does ever
死ぬ
happen.
くぜ。
Supposedly, walking dogs out is like an essential thing. It's not just a fun thing. I don't really get that, but okay.
楽しいなそら
No, I just stand for all time. Thankfully, I run like 30 minutes every other day, so I've got great endurance. Hey, nice. Always good to keep fit, like me.
楽しいな楽しいな楽しいな向こうのビ
死ぬくぜ。
そら 楽しいな
死ぬくぜ。
そら
So we'll go at this for 30 minutes more, and then I'll use the seeds for one last time, and we'll call it quits for today.
まだまだ
So we're fast approaching that point.
楽しいな楽しいな
死ぬくぜ。
But yeah, overall, the Christmas banners have been redeemed in my eyes since before Christmas Showdown. They've been pretty poop for quite a long time. Meanwhile, it seems like Valentine's has always been sort of spotty. Valentine Fantasy was pretty good, but the ones surrounding it were... Snow Fight was infamous, as we already know, shortly after it ended one day later. And... what's it called? There was Valentine's Coliseum. Coliseum was pretty good, honestly, just for Kengo's existence. Not really anyone else in that banner. Supposedly Sasuke, but I've never seen anyone use Sas. Oh no, I moved the wrong units. Fucking
死ぬくぜ。
まだまだ
Time Warp was okay. It wasn't as good as it could have been. But Heracles did work as one of the earliest comic clears we had at the time, and that goes a bit of a meme. Valentine Gima is probably the only one which had any longevity, and even then he's still not that amazing.
楽しいな向こうのビーチで遊
And
ぼ
Snow's just like no need to snow.
死ぬくぜ。
Yeah, Coliseum only had Valentine Kengo, but you know, Valentine Kengo, to his credit, was incredibly good, and it's still a very strong unit for things like dungeons and all that. And it's still like the best guts cheeser in the game. You know, soul guts cheeser, that is.
まだまだ
Sometimes you only need a single unit to make it a regular banner. I used to set some Ether Sea Challenge quest on Christmas Showdown with taunt locks ready. Oh, that's pretty smart. Taunt lock, huh? ATK Seeds. I don't remember the quest. Yeah, I remember. It was the second one, wasn't it? It was Hermes and Jose, of all things. Totten would work with then. Does stuff do its own thing? I feel like he might, but I can't remember what it was exactly. Well, anyway, before Time Warp, which was not amazing, except for, you know, Valentine Demo, which had only moderate use even now. It was that shit extravaganza event. That story was so awful. And Shino needs an Evo. And Z's and Behemoths are kind of memes. Not really useful. I can't even remember the Force variants in that one. It's a bit sad. The guy just did Easter Ghost, hauling out strategies to lock down Ose and Hermes. I see. I think I did something similar to Todd locking them. Because he didn't Jumbovan or something like that. I don't know. Unironic Jumbovan usage. Say it ain't so. Treachery got a variant in 70% Ardor on phase start. Amazing. It's not great. And then it's also he has like burn advantage or something, which is also at a low rate. I have his variant. I just forgot he existed. And before then, it was the Aizen one, I believe. I mean, Aizen was good first time, so. And then before then was the C3 one, which had. No, did that have any variants? Were variants even a thing back then? Yeah, there was. It was like fucking Valentine Moritaga or something like that, and Gunzo. So overall, Valentine has been largely shitty, with the exception of like a few banners that had one unit, or maybe arguably two, that would make it super like great or worth it. Snowfight was overall pretty terrible, but Valentine Yorichamo is a strong unit if you could get him. That somewhat makes up for it. Just like Valentine Kengo is the one that makes up for that banner, and Allure or Arc were decent, more so Allure in the Fantasy banner. Shiro and Mori variants for the C3 event. Wait, yeah, Shiro had a I forgot about that. Supposedly CP charging was a lot stronger back then, and then they nerfed at some point, so maybe it made more sense back then. With Valentine Gabriel. His variant for some reason I have inexplicably. Do not even remember pulling for her. So, overall, Christmas got better. Valentine's, however, is still rather shaky as a consistently good event. I mean, it's never horrific. Well, Snowfight might be an argument for it, but it's never been too bad. Just, it's never been super impressive either, is the issue. Hawkman, Tadjama, and Leak for the event. I mean, I believe Leak was pretty popular at the time for being a damage healer, and Tadjama was just never used, neither was Hawkman. But I do think what's called Aizen was actually like one of the central units at the time, even though he's not permanent, or he is permanent rather. But you know, we count that as him coming from that fence, so it's fine.
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ？
今年の夏も楽しいな。
You know, I mentioned this before, but we have informally planned a discussion for AR art, a tier list stream for it, with me, Harvey, Milk, and Archie. This discussion, though, has got me thinking maybe we could also do another tier list stream for ranking events. Could be fun.
まだまだ
楽しいな。
Valentine Hawkman's hopefully getting a skill evolution for Day Quest. I mean, they technically already have a skill Evo. It's just the one that applies to all the Hawkmans. But this banner is making that look sus. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get any Evos for any of these. They would have announced it in the news page from beforehand, and they didn't, so. What you see is what you get for this event. Or campaign, rather.
通りだ。まだまだあげ
楽しいな。
通りだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンまだ
そら。
成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ、我大怪盗なり。
楽しいな。
I meant more that they probably aren't putting Valentine Hawkman on 2 banners this year. It's not like she's beat Janitor. Yeah, it's surprising she's rerunning at all. I don't understand how they pick these units. I mean, the second one is obviously vaguely, there's a bunch of girls, but it's not all the girls, so it's just like a random selection of girls. And the first banner just straight up doesn't really have a pattern whatsoever, besides them being all guys, which is not a pattern at all if you look at half the banners, since half of the banners, more than half the banners are all guys anyways.
まだまだ
楽しいな。
Very confusing.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そら。
まだまだ。
通りだ。まだまだ
楽しいな。楽しいな。
俺を出し抜くぜ。
そら。
まだよ。
まだまだやな。
I'm so glad that Charm actually can help sometimes when this fucker doesn't kill anyone.
楽
So
し
it's
い
not
な。
a complete dead effect AR. This outlaws Charm thing.
そら。
作戦成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
今年の夏も
通り
楽しいな。
通りだ。まだ通りだ。
楽しいな。楽しいな。向こうの
バンバン
出し抜く
It
ぜ。
is funny when I actually get to use Summer Shiva's Charm advantage, yeah. Oh yeah, that would synergize. Interesting. And it's a pretty high advantage too, isn't it? It's like 4 times. So it actually might be worth bring the 2 things in the same team.
楽しい
Well, you know,
な。
it's not really grindable, but 80% is decently high. I mean, it's not like this setup is guaranteed either.
出し抜くぜ。
まだ
そら。
まだまだ。
通りだ。まだまだ
楽しいな。楽しいな。
バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ン
そら。
作戦成功。これからも逃げて逃げまくるぜ。ずっと追っかけられてんのが俺には気持ちいいのさ。へへ。
行こうぜオーナー。俺と
楽しいな。
通りだ。まだ通りだ。
楽しいな。楽しいな。向こうの
通りだ。バンバ
出し抜くぜ。
そら。
Me on my Shiva team, 5-star ARs are sitting comfortably in the back. Your summer Shiva team, that is. So the only charm I get is from support Akiha. You actually support Akiha too. Interesting. It's just there because he doesn't charge or cause problems. Interesting. The year is 20XX. Summer Trooper Arson is still farming seats. Shut the fuck up, Harvey. Look. Attack Seeds are still better than Attack Blossoms grinding outies right now. And also, they're gonna be better than HP Seeds. And also, like, I want to play this game, so... I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm betting for it in a very marginal, but, you know, detectable way. I'd use Tindlos, but that stigma causes problems on the Attack Seed quest. Yeah, so I've heard. Some spoilers! That is totally not Tungaro Mugen causing the problem. Hey, I used 10 drinks so far this entire stream. That's pretty good. Along with all of my minor drinks. Oh yeah, attack seed grinding, or seed grinding in general, this much, is not really a thing that most people really would or should care about. It's, I just do it because, you know, it's the best use of my resources right now, and, you know, it makes other parts of my team strong that I wouldn't normally use. But more so just because it's like, I don't know, like, I want to keep on playing this game and doing something. I'm running out of things to do, is the main thing. You know? Leveling all my units, I'm already done that. Skill leveling them, besides fucking NFT cats, I'm mostly done that. I'm saving my current souls, honestly, for the, what's called, new semester. And then I'll just fill up the rest whenever the next half stem of daily questing happens. And, you know, I gotta use my drinks on something at some point. If I'm not gonna be doing it for boosts or something like that, or skill souls, then I'm gonna be doing it for the half stem seed thing. Because it's either that or just don't use them. Which, you know, I suppose I could just not care. Then I would have to think of something else to play. To put it simply. That's too much thinking. I'd rather just keep on playing this game. Milking it for everybody. What a piece of shit. Die. 0 damage. Where is the damage? God, I've been saving so many lamp oils for a coin dungeon reopening, and it's not been open since like last summer. Coin dungeons aren't even worth it, and blossom dungeons are probably the most worth right now since we still don't have a large blossom farm. Where are you dumping your stray blossoms on right now? I have succumbed to the memes of being what's called a tier whore, and I'm dumping my stray blossoms on Shiva right now. Well, in reality, I'm dumping my lesser blossoms on Shiva. The blossoms I'll be getting from the dungeon, I'll be using the larger ones on, I don't know, Kango or something. But the lesser ones, I'm gonna start building Shiva just because, I mean, he's perfectly strong for the to one-shot everything in the Aoyama dungeon. But I also sometimes take him to the Ikebukuro dungeon to deal with quota stuff, and in those cases he's actually not. What? Fuck this. And in those cases he's not strong enough to take care of a world giant, and it's a bit annoying that he's just like barely missing the amount of damage he needs to take care of them. So I'm doing that. Friendship ended was sad. Oh well, there are other Sama Tukas. Oh, that's. No, Harvey! Just leaving this Shiva seeding names. One of us. It's rough, but you know, this is what min-maxing results in. Put everything into Shiva, right? I'm gonna see if I can get away with just dumping spare blossoms on him rather than double seeding him, because I really don't want level seed Shiva all units. I mean, my tune will change if I get Summer Shiva, but that's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, I'm gonna... I have 3 targets for fully blossoming right now, but you know, it's kind of just not a concerted effort. I'm kind of mixing the blossoms between them, depending on the size, between Valentine Kengo, Jurong, and now Shiva. One of these days I'll continue, and probably one of these days when blossoms become more common. Oh, by the way, Harvey, if you're hopping in only now, I mentioned this earlier, slightly earlier in the stream, but you know, I was just reiterating we were going to do our... we had something planned for 2 Sundays from now to do our tier list stream for the ARs. I was thinking it might be a cool idea to do another tier list thing, but instead of that, ranking events, since we were just talking about how good the Christmas and Valentine's events were relative to each other. And we'll do the Blossom Dungeons as oil, but blossoming is expensive, and the only units that I'm blossoming right now is Mephistopheles and Shiva, and Mephistopheles is like 20 points away from max HP, so he's almost done anyways, is what you're saying. Shiva's always gotta be there, obligatorily. Yeah. I figured it was a good idea with them after thinking about it, because there's like a lot to go over with events. In terms of just the general feel of them. We could talk about the music, the art, the kits, what it meant for the rest of the game, what it introduced, what the story was like for the ones that are applicably translated, the amount of units, our personal luck with them, things like that, the event shop even. So we kind of just concluded from the stream so far that Christmas has been historically extremely shitty, but only got really good, and my mind has been turned around from Christmas Showdown onwards. And Valentine's has been generally very spotty too, with the exception of like 1 or 2 units that made or break events. God fucking damn it. How does you not bind anyone and charm anyone? Okay, go. Safely bind them from back there. Delicious. Alright. Summer Shiva already has guaranteed kill everything in attack seed quest. Oh, I see. Wow. Yeah, I guess it would feel redundant at that point. Okay, go. Look at all this tickle damage that happens the moment I fail my 1-turn clear. Valentine's has the largest spectrum of hits and misses, I feel. It really does. I mean, looking at the hits so far, we've had Valentine Belore, Valentine Kengo, Valentine Yoritomo. What's with all these magic range damage dealers? That's funny. And you know, just by their existence, they pretty much made the banner worth it. To some degree, but then you have like the rest of the Snowflake banner and the entirety of Time Warp, except for maybe Yumao for, you know, just being a Lianon replacement, and the rest of Valentine Coliseum, and fucking Aizen was like an amazing unit that made the banner, but then the same banner you get like Valentine Hawkman, which does nothing pre-Evo. How did we get from the drippiest Valentine event to what Snow Fate was? For real. Valentine Fancy had carried so much in terms of style as well as story and theming. It was strong overall. And the music was fairly enjoyable too, unlike Snow Fight, which was just irritating. Let's just say Valentine Snow Fight's music was up there with Fast Shooter. So it's interesting to take this retrospective to compare events like this. But yeah, it's generally Christmas and Valentine's are the ones that are more directly comparable. Because then you, like, the summer events are, and the festival events are just this melange of, you know, sometimes related, sometimes not really related ideas. It's kind of hard to say, you know, a trend for them. You can always expect Christmas and Valentine's, and every other year you can expect Halloween, except for last year where we got twice in a row. But yeah, generally every other event is just, we might miss a beach event, we might miss a mountain event. It could be some literally like festival fusion event with one of those other ones. Yeah, I don't know. Well, if we were just categorizing general themes, like with festival, I mean, that Lee Cho, I guess he would have liked that. What did festival even have? There's so many festival and festival fusion events that it's kind of hard to keep track. There's also the onsen event. That doesn't break down. There's the Hell Hot Spring event. And that Daikoku and Jurong and Hokkaido Kamui. And I think that banner was actually one of the better ones. Yeah. There was this period of time between Christmas Showdown and the events directly before that was like really, really good. Festival Tez was okay. Furufumi, never use again. And Ryota, Dead in the Water on release. But that's just because he's a tank and no one likes tanks. There's a streak for every game we play. You finished your deal, you said? No, I was gonna do it after this stream. I would have done it this morning, but what's it called? The day didn't roll over yet, so the coin scuffles hadn't shown up yet. So they should be available now, though. So I'll just quickly do it after the stream. And I made sure I was able to remember because I didn't redeem any of the missions yet, so the red dot is still there in missions. Although it would suck if I just still forgot anyways and lost all my stones, all 10 from all 10 missions. But no, that's not happening. I put it there specifically so I don't remember this week. Thanks for reminding me, though. Oh crap, I just remembered. Yeah, ideally, Harvey and Archie, but he's not here. I'm gonna need ideally, I'm gonna need an icon from you guys to put in the thumbnail that represents you. I don't think there's any Licho ones. Well, maybe there is, but I can't remember. There's probably a Barghest one though, but it doesn't have to be from that art style of the loading screen comics. If you could find something for an icon, that would be good. Just send it over to me. I'll remind you later after the stream as well.
向こう
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
そら
Also threw 10 tickets into the Chino banner. Worst decision of my life. Hey, that banner's not that bad, depending on how much units you already have.
通りだ
But
まだまだ
it's
楽しいな
if you already did have most of them, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't have pulled it. Shino was a honestly, whether you like Shino or not, you really shouldn't be playing for Shino's all-round brand. At least his regular brand is somewhat useful now
まだ
そら
with Oz's existence. Sorry here you didn't get Shino though, or anyone else you wanted.
通りだ
But you know, it's
まだまだ
better than spending it on banner number 2, the Bra banner 2.
向こ
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
ンま
うそら
Say what you want about the sales it'll ultimately generate, but you gotta admit, the second banner will be good for statistics and measurings to, you know, see how much people actually care about pulling for girls, especially when it's relative to, you know, the first banner was your more general guy picks. So it'll be good for their analytics, I'm sure.
楽しいな
まだ通りだ
楽し
And then they will learn to never release a woman ever again.
通りだバンバ
出し抜くぜ。
Or not, we'll see.
そら
I mean, hey, Ben 10's a banger. I don't know why they didn't release Ben 10 though. She's like the only girl most people care about in this game, I think. That aren't, you know, Yas Queen, Slay. Alia's been permanent for over 2 years.
楽しい
For
な
real. I don't know why she's in that. She's like the only non-permanent one there. Like, put in Ben 10. That's a unit people actually want.
出し抜く
Well,
ぜ。
then again, this really would be a litmus test of people pulling for girls, not for their kits, but because they like girls, because there's not really anyone incredible in the girl band right now. Yes, I know Christmas Ben 10 was reprinted recently, but she should be reprinted again. She's good. Like,
楽しい
she's
な
worth it. And also, she's fun. She's one of the best written characters in Housamo. She's hilarious. She's got great synergy with Kuniyoshi and Ben 10. Sorry, Kuniyoshi and Leaked. And she also has her own separate story with her band, the Virtual Influencers. Everyone loves Ben 10. Whether you're, you know, Yas Queen Slay or not, she's just like too fucking awesome. But everyone else in that girl band is just like, I mean, if you want to
夏の最新も
support the woman or something, sure. But it'll be a good litmus test to see how much the audience actually cares about girls or not to pull for.
通りだ
楽しいな向こ
通り
And very nice music to be ending off with.
出し抜くぜ。
だま
うそら
I know she's good. She's the only unit I took beyond level 80. And my first Max Boss unit. Yeah, she's a very popular Max Boss unit as well. I mean, she's like all range. She's awesome. They have best water 4-star, so honestly, a must pull banner, to be honest.
まだ
Water 4-star? Leannon's not on there. Who's on there? Freaking Babylon, Ellie.
まだまだ
So someone refresh me. Maybe I'll just look up after this.
まだ
I'm missing this joke, but
楽しいな
Otohime? Otohime is no. She's not gonna be on there because the only permanent on it is Ellie right now.
まだ
そら
But just from the tone of Harvey, I can tell he's being sarcastic. So we'll see what he's talking about. Fashionista Suzuka. Yeah, that's it.
これからも 逃げて逃げまくるぜ。
See, the irony with Fashionista Suzuka is
気持ちいいのさ。
she keeps on being featured in events, and so she ends up having a lot of use, whether you like it or not, with her on-move thrust range to cover, the column that's not as filled with enemies. Just to review the banner again, it's... Hey, Arachne's there too. She's also R-type. Yeah, Arachne's like... Okay, take back what I said. Arachne's like actually a worthwhile unit for pulling. You can clearly see me grinding right now with Arachne. Like guaranteed attack up in Fortune maps. It's great. But everyone else, don't worry about it. I know you really want Alice Harvey, but like real what I have for it's not that worth it. You hate Fashionistas because she keeps throwing evasion event quests. Oh, yeah, they really want you to get that evasion resistance. Anyway, let's go ahead and use these level seeds on this fucker, who has been ruined for me because of his spam on Samakord. But regardless, I will seed anyways, just because he's one of the few completers I have left over to do. Just because he has Berserk Plus on Face Star or some shit like that. Come on. Come on. There you go. Alright, got a set, and I don't know who to work on now. God, these are like really the leftover crew of attack seed leftover. No one is really pulling me in terms of who I want to attack seed. Yeah, maybe we'll do Oz now to strengthen his all range or some shit like that. Get ready for Mugen Tada. No thanks. No thanks. How did they even write that? Just you watch, the all-range board wipe from Oz himself will be a thing. Not really. I mean, it could help. We'll see. Oh man, I should have worked on Break instead. He's actually like an actual comp player. And whatever, I'm getting a bit tired anyways. Until Mugen McCroy gets released. That's close enough, I think. We'll just head back to the guild now, which I'm saying that, but we're entering it for the first time. I do like the new coat that Yorichama got. Alright, so thank you for joining me, everyone. It was a pretty smooth stream. We had some good discussion to talk about, whether it was about the new features, which was barely any, banners, or some trends for past banners. So I'll be continuing this tomorrow, most likely, unless I change my mind. So I'll probably set the schedule late, depending on how I feel. Again, I am a bit sick. You might have noticed me coughing while muted. But look forward to that tomorrow if it does happen, and next week as well for Friday and Saturday, just like this week. And then the Sunday after, so not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after the Sunday, there will be our first tier list discussion. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, for those that stick around, and for those that are just joining out, thank you for reaching the end. Yeah, I'll see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, happy grinding, and talk to you guys later. Bye-bye!